right. Good morning, you good, wonderful people out there. I got my morning coffee. Well, it's kind of like a coffee. I'm doing tea, but I was in the mood for some coffee, so I went to Eliano's, one of the best places in Statesboro. Oh, there it is. Eliano's. Just plug for them. And I just out and about. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I want to unlock and unblock you, right? And here's five questions. 5 questions to unlock and unblock, right? And it's using the past, present, and future. Ichigo, Ichie, one of my favorite philosophies, being in the present, being in the now. Once in a lifetime, you got to take everything as being a blessing right then and now. So my time with you right here, you actually listening to me, I take that as a blessing. I'm hopefully it'll, change your mind, change your life, change your mindset. You get to grow. So, using the past, present, and future, I had 5 questions to unlock and unblock. Ready? First question, then dealing with the past. We're going to do 2 past, 2 present, and 1 future. Because past has already happened. So what do you have to do? You have to learn from it. So here's the first question. Where did you come from? All the things that you have in your past, all the things that make you you. Where did you come from? You're using this to unlock and unblock. Many of us, the average person will take their past and see that sometimes as a crutch. Sometimes it'll be something that happened in the past, but what you have to do is you have to learn it, learn the lesson. So it boils down to your attitude, which is part of the next question. Your attitude. Well, do you see the past as school or the school where you learn the lessons of life? Can you see what life was trying to teach you? I've had a lot of stuff happen. I've had the super exciting life to write an autobiography about. But I've had a lot of lessons from growing up. I can think back to 6, 7, 8, even probably earlier than that, 5, dealing with certain people, dealing with family. And what I've learned is really seeing other people's point of view. I guess empathy. Empathy would probably be a lot. I learned a lot of empathy. So when I'm dealing with people, I deal with them from their side instead of just me trying to force an opinion or force my advice or something like that. I usually try to deal with somebody from their side. So that's the second question. Do you see life as school? Because there's a flip side to that. If you don't, if we go through something and we don't learn the lessons, we're bound to repeat it. Either repeat it on ourselves or we project that same failure or that same problem or that same lesson onto somebody else. So just, the things of life that life teaches you, the things that you've learned, they help you to become you. Okay? And not only that, it helps you to become a better you. The things that you've gone through, as one of my coaches says, gives you a certification to help somebody else. So that's the past. Where did you come from? In a sense, since in school, what did you learn? In the present, in the now, we've taken that, and what are you working on? 2 questions. What are you working on? And drawing from the past, everything that's happened in the past is what you work with. So, second question for that is, what are you working with? Okay? What are you working on? What are you building right now? You being you, all the things that you've accomplished, all the things that's fallen by the wayside, everything you've dropped. It's making you who you are today. What are you working on? As you work and you see all of these things that happened before, all the lessons that you've learned, what are you working with? Jim Rohn talks about all we have is what we have, and don't curse the things you have to work with. It's interesting, he gives the example of planting a seed, right? Planting a seed, growing a tree. We give God the hard part. Well, God gives us the easy part. We don't give God anything. God gives us the easy part, which is to plant the seed. All he wants us to do is to plant the seed. He takes care of the rest. He wants us to nurture the seed, to be proud of it, to take care of the things that he's given us, to be stewards over. But he has the hard part, because have you ever tried to make a tree? It's impossible. So he gets the seed. We water it. We help take care of it. He gives us stewardship over it. We look after it. But the seed growing is his part. And a lot of us will look at, my tree is not growing as big as hers or big as his. I want a tree like that. But he's giving me this seed. And we'll start to make excuses as my tree is not big because of the past. The things that I did in the past, or the things that happened to me in the past, is keeping my seed from growing. And what we usually end up doing is cursing the seed. It will curse the seed. We curse the ground. We curse the sun. We curse the water. I don't have enough water. But you have what you're working with, and what you have, what God has given you, is enough. Enough to produce, when I was talking about the seed, when you plant that seed, it can produce an orchard if you manage it. What happens is that we'll take it and we'll see the fruit of it, and instead of reinvesting or giving the first fruits, we take what we think is ours, and then, without management, without skills, without being mentored, we cast it aside, or we waste it. We get this big old plate of fruit, and instead of making it work to produce more fruit while we enjoy some of the fruit that we have, some of us, this is my fruit, this is mine, and I take it all. I want what's coming to me. And we waste it. So, first question, where'd you come from? And do you see where you're coming from, the past? You see the past as a school. Third question, what are you working on? Fourth question, what do you have to work with? You need to answer these things. And last question is this, where are you going? Okay? Your attitude towards this, you've taken what you have. You're making good with what you have right now. So you've taken your past and you're using it for your future. But what are you working on? You're working on towards your future. What are you working on? That's your present, but what's your future goals? What goals are you setting? That's the where are you going? Really, what goals are you setting? What do you have planned? Or what does God have planned for the things that he's given you? Your attitude towards the future is going to be the direction that you go. If you look at your past and you're working with it in the present and you see that your past was negative, probably your present is negative and your future doesn't look too good. Okay? Even if something happened that was negative, if you take that negative, you learn your lesson and you see how you can help people, you can see how you can do things, you take that into the present and you work with it. I want to change this. If poverty has been part of your past and you've learned the lessons, you say, I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is get mentored, I'm going to get coached and have a positive future. I'm going to have a positive now. I'm going to take the little that I have and learn how to make that work. Because do you know, I can't tell you how many books I've read and how many people I've listened to are millionaires and billionaires. And at one point they'll hit $1 million. This has happened over and over again and they lose it all. Or somebody will scam them or, just scam them out of their money. Something happens where they lose it, but they have that knowledge and they take the lesson and they go build it back again, bigger and better. Countless, entrepreneur after entrepreneur will say, yeah, I lost, I messed up, I lost it all. But look at me now. So taking that past, working on the future in a positive way will bring you into a positive future. That positive future can change your life, can change the lives of many. So always take that into consideration. Where are you going? It's funny as I look at one of my favorite memes. I was going through my phone and I had this meme. And memes are usually funny and what you call it. They had this guy with a paintbrush painting the street. And he was painting the street. You heard me right. He wasn't he was painting the street. He was painting the street as he goes. The grass was in front of him and he was painting the street through the grass. And under it says, if there is no way, create one. And I kind of keep that before me now. It was buried in my phone, but now I kind of keep that in front of me for a minute. That, all right, I have what I have. And I know where I want to go. And if there's no way to get from here to here, up to God with his guidance, I have to create one. Makes a way out of no way. That's what he do. That's what he do. That's what he do. So take those 5 questions into consideration, and then it'll help you unlock and unblock for a better future. All right. So I love you much and have a great day.